The man still doesn't understand the SDGs. Hi, I'm KAMPAC Daddy. Today's Daddy family car, 1999 Honda S2000. You must drive this once before you die. You can fully enjoy a manual transmission as much as you can. By the way, until here, I've 4 times stalled. Hi, good evening again. This time I'm gonna review Honda S2000, also entitled Daddy's Holiday. Hey you, this is not family car. I know, it's good sometimes. I wanna ride something like this. I wanna. Yeah, it's past about 5 minutes, so I'm already having fun. I thought it would be hard to drive because of the long front nose, but it is compact and easy to handle. Like the Mazda Roadster, MX-5. It is very Japanese sports car, small and fun. Okay, let's check the specs first. Here we go. Power of the dream. Damn high favor. The VTEC. So, shall we talk about exterior? This S2000 was launched in 1999 and discontinued in 2009. It was a famous car with such a cool design and vivid performance, but unfortunately it was pushed by the wave of the age and did not sell as well as expected. The cars with long front nose are absolutely cool. Because of this, the engine is mounted in the front midship position behind the front wheels, and the weight balance is kept at 50-50. Suspension is double wishbone, both front and rear. Pretty gorgeous. It uses in-wheel suspension, which was a major system in Formula 1 racing cars. This allows the front fender to be much lower. Oh god, is it the same as Formula 1? And I can't stop drawing. But it doesn't end there, Mr. Honda. With in-wheel suspension, the ride quality was terrible because it was too sporty. They want to have both ride quality and comfort, so they added the compliance pivot mechanism with a more comfortable ride. You cannot see from outside, but it is a very Honda-like product. This system was originally used in the first generation NSX and has been adapted for this S2000. Driving position arrangement is excellent because the distance between throttle and the front wheel is secured, so it is easy to heel and toe techniques. I do not have that skills. Also, the steering wheel axis is center of your body. It was quite surprising that this was done in 1999. The switches are not located in the inside of the steering wheel. Instead, switches are placed on the right side for audio and AC button on the left side. It allowed to reach them by extending driver's fingers while handling. The tachometer is a digital type, similar to Formula 1 at that time. How can I explain this heartbeat? The luggage compartment is larger than I expected. These bumps are stalling for temper tire, only for the weight balance. The dent in the bottom is for stalling a tire after replacement. This is now a duty. Let's try the dandy check from the daddy's viewpoint. Basic A-type stroller could not be sold. Due to the airbags, you should never put on the babies on this car. It would be better over 4 years old. I'd want to pick up my kids with this car. Oh, but don't do that to teenage daughter. Maybe get angry with you. The top open and closes electrically in about 6 seconds, pretty quick. And even though it is a coupe, there is no sense of oppression inside the car. This is only possible with Honda Spirit. The bad point is the top fabric has 1 layer, so it is noisy. Just a windshield.
おお、演出しました。
Next drive here. So now some driving impressions. Fun, just fun. I know I said Formula 1, but steering is easy to handle even for a rookie driver. If I compare to sports car of the 2020s, not heavy, no play in the steering wheel. I can feel the resistance of the road surface and tire in my palms.
Oh, this is the drive, Miss Sullivan.
It is easy to understand and fun. The body rigidity is incredibly solid for an old car, even without the roof. One might mistakenly think, oh, old cars are solid enough, aren't they? Oh, no. This car is an all-part. It has high X-bone frame, which is structured like an X-shaped branch with a very thick center tunnel. The idea is not to harden the outside, but to make the backbone stronger. Ordinary car have the image of the steel box running, but this car has the image of holding onto a log. About the throttle, there is no low RPM torque at all. I think rookie drivers will stall often. Yeah, me. This car is for enjoying high-speed revving. Not easy to use, but the exciting engine feel. Also, the clutch stroke is actually long. From where to where is a half clutch. The maximum output of 250 horsepower. This is crazy for 2-liter NA engine. The red zone and rev limits start at 9,000 RPM. It's a freaking high RPM engine. Not many cars can rev this far. It is no overstatement to say that this high RPM is the most valuable advantage of this car. Well, to tell the truth, it is extremely difficult to reach 9,000 RPM at the legal speed in Japan. Who knows most, speaks least. Please take good care of this car. Next, let's talk about the ride feeling. Much more fun. It feels like I'm driving a car right now. There are a few factors that don't work as intended, but that's what makes it fun. Also, it turns very well, just by putting the throttle back before turning and applying a slight frontal load. It goes into the turn very easily. Maybe no need a brake this car. See, rear-wheel drive is really fun, aren't you? Oh, someone is whispering to me. I said there are few factors that are not as intended. Is it mainly rear traction? Additional load in the rear? Stiffen the front suspension a bit? How should I set it up? But in other words, it is fun car to think about how to set up to your liking. Maybe the rear spoiler would be the right choice. Make the noise level. Don't you need it this time? It's the best sound. I don't mean number one. I mean everyone loves it. I don't want to make loud sound on purpose, but it doesn't feel good unless running at high RPM. It doesn't make power. But in other words, it is fun even at 30 or 40 km per hour. Maybe the passenger is having fun too. I would like you to ride with friends who has similar interests. For the safety of your family, you should also check the safety features. Since this is an old car, so there are no preventive safety features using laser sensors, etc. But in the brochure it says, in order to prevent accidents, the basic performance of running, turning, and stopping was established at the high level. And bright projector headlights, for example, safety was considered to the extent possible. The NCAP means New Car Assessment Program crash test results are occupant safety performance is 4-star, pedestrian safety performance is 1-star. There are 2 airbags for driver and passenger. This is quite good performance for a convertible at that time. Oh, I don't want to go home. Drive more. Finally, to summarize, this S2000, the most familiar Formula car in the world. not only the engine, but also the weight distribution and body rigidity, suspension, and other aspects of this car are all dreams that could only have been realized because Honda was active in the world of Formula One. The NSX is of course wonderful, but this is the most familiar Formula car in the world. High RPM sound opera. The sense of the rising RPM that blows up all at once, and the output response that comes out with more power when you more turn the engine. This car had a finish that made it feel as if it were facing a racing engine. Yeah, high RPM is the Honda spirit. It is a little noisy, but let's just drive it as a music application. Hey, stop talking about fuel efficiency. Actually, it is not well known that Formula One is surprisingly fuel efficient. But that's only if you keep driving at high speed. This S2000 is forced to use F1 engine in town, so fuel efficiency is necessarily low. Well, it is a car to drive without worrying about fuel efficiency, maybe. I don't know who first came up with the idea, but it may be retroactive in the coming SDGs world. But well, just like the more calories, the tastier it tastes. The less fuel efficiency, the more interesting it can be. There was a goodness that only logic cannot deny. Now thank you for watching, that's all for today. To daddies and mommies around the world, good job today. See you in the next video. Bye bye.